welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to film my state board experience. This is a video that I had uploaded earlier a while ago, but I decided to refilm it because I just didn't like the way I filmed it before, and I wanted to include a little bit more in the video. So I just wanted to film this to help you out if you're taking the program of cosmetology in school, or if you're getting ready to go take the test soon. So kind of so you know what to expect and so forth. So I have some notes on my phone right here that I'm going to be reading off. So that's what I'm looking down, and I have a few resources that I will be sharing with you that you should consider using when studying for the test, for the written test. So, without further ado, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and let's get on to the video. There are two parts to the test. So, you have a written and then a practical. So, the written is first. So, with the written, you have to really study everything. Really emphasize chapter 5, infection control, which is like a major piece of the test. Do chapter 5, perms, hair coloring, hair cutting, and all that's, and diseases and disorders and stuff like that, because those are the major chapters that you really should focus on for the theory portion, which I have a theory book right here that is really helpful to use when studying. This is really a good book to use because it has all the chapters in it, and you can fill it in, and it follows the book, and it's just a really good book to use when you're studying, because it's almost like practice for what the written's going to be. And there's an exam review book that is really helpful too. I'll insert a picture here because I don't know where mine went. So I will insert a picture here, like I said before, so you can see what it looks like and purchase one if you want. Sometimes your school provides them depending on how they get your kit or anything like that. So I definitely suggest the theory book and the exam review, because that will really help you study, because it breaks down the chapters for you and it gives you the most important breakfast. Depending on where it is, I would suggest maybe carpooling with someone, or seeing if you could, like I said, carpool, or maybe like your parents could take you or something, because it's depending on where you have to go. It might just be easier to carpool, but that's a good option too, because if you're all going to the same place, and it's always good to take the test on the same day as some of your friends, because that way you have people that you know in the room with you, so it's not so awkward, because it's going to probably be like random strangers around you. So I definitely suggest going with a group of your friends, so that way you're a little less nervous, and you have people around you that you know. That's really important. That's what I did, and I think that's definitely something you should do, because maybe then your parents won't be so nervous that you're at this testing center and you're with a whole bunch of random strangers. So it's always very good to go with a group of your friends. That way it's a little safer. So after you take the written, then you find out if you passed or you failed, and they give you a sheet that has your score on it, and then either pass or fail, and then that form is what you're going to end up turning in when you go to apply for your license. That form is really important. Make sure you hold on to that tight, because you really are going to need that when you go to take your practical exam, because they have to have a copy of that. And then once you pass your written, then you're automatically eligible to go take the practical exam. The practical exam is usually, for me, it was in May. Usually it's like May or June, depending on what school you go to, or if you're doing it independently. However you do it, it's the state will give you a date. You can't pick the date for the practical. The state will give it to you, and that's the date that you go to take the test. Make sure you don't plan anything on that day, because you want to go take that test, because otherwise it's going to be really hard to get another date for you to go take the test. So definitely keep that day open. During the test, make sure you bring basically the same things that you did before. Make sure you pack your bags and you label them. That's really important. Make sure that you have a clean uniform. You smell nice. And girls, make sure you have makeup on. That's really important. Guys, make sure you look nice. Make sure that you have a smile on your face, and you're calm. But I get it. You can be a little nervous. It's normal. And they're watching you. So, I know it can be very nerve-wracking, because they are watching you, and not a lot of people like when people watch them, but it's just how it has to be. Make sure your phones are completely off, because if it goes off, then your test gets forfeited. Make sure you wear socks, because if you don't wear socks, they will kick you out, and your test will be forfeited automatically. Don't be afraid to raise your hand if you have a question about something. They can help you, answer a question, but they can't tell you how to do something. If you drop something, don't panic. Either just scoot it under the table with your foot, or just, if you have a free moment, pick it up and then, make a big scene and toss it into your trash bag that's taped to the table. And then after you do that, just make sure you sanitize your hands. That's important too. As well as the practical, make sure you eat a healthy breakfast when you get there. Make sure you know where you're supposed to go. Usually we met all in one big room, and then they called you by school, and then that's how you got filed into the actual testing room. Make sure that you aren't too nervous, because they do notice it. They will notice it, and it's, they know. Just make sure that, you stay calm, and like I said, don't be afraid to ask questions. That's really important. Couple other things that I forgot to note. Just be yourself. I understand it's very nerve-wracking, like I said millions of times already. It's okay. Everybody is in the same shoes as you. They were once in your shoes, the proctors, because they're the ones that are testing you. So don't be nervous. It's okay. Alright? I was nervous when I went, but, it's okay. And I know the waiting game after you take the test is really long, because it takes like 2 to 3 weeks to get your results, which really sucks. I know. It was the worst wait of my life. All of my friends and everything were anxious to find out the test results too. we were all on pins and needles for the 3 weeks, almost 4. And then once we found out our results, we all felt really relieved. So, try to stay calm during um, you know, during the wait. I know it's really, really hard not to, be like panicking that you think you did something wrong. Um, but make sure that if you are nervous, you are gonna fail because your nerves are just gonna get to you, and that's not good. So make sure you're not nervous because if you are, then you will fail. So just stay calm, like I said, be yourself. My best advice is just to go in there and treat it as if it was practicing with your class at your school. But instead, it's, with a whole bunch of big group of people. So that might help you. That's what I thought of it as. Like a big practice session, like we've been doing, and it kind of gives you a little bit of sense of relief and helps you relax a little bit. So, without further ado, I want to stop rambling. But if you have any questions or concerns or any stories that you want to share, leave them in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear some of your stories, about your experience. See if anything's different or similar to mine. But anyway, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. And also, I do want to say thank you guys so much for 26 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. And I'm really trying to comment back to all of you. And sometimes it's a little hard, but I really am trying. So, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.